Ever found yourself just spinning your wheels, your mind racing with a million what-ifs and should-haves? It's a trap many of us fall into. But here's a game changer. Real success isn't just about making plans. It's about taking action. Today, we're not just talking. We're doing. We're going to smash through the barriers of overthinking and kickstart our way to effective action. Because when it comes to achieving your dreams, it's not the endless thoughts that count. It's the steps you take, the moves you make. Get ready to learn how to stop overanalyzing and start acting. Let's kick overthinking to the curb and accelerate your journey to success. Let's tackle a hard truth. Overthinking is a dream killer. It's like quicksand for your goals. The more you think, the deeper you sink, and before you know it, you're stuck. Why? Because overanalyzing every possibility leads to confusion, fear, and a whole lot of nothing. Our brains are wired to look for threats and problems to solve, which is great for survival, but not so great when that power stifles our ambitions. It's easy to get caught in a loop where every decision feels high stakes, even when it's not. This fear of making the wrong move can paralyze us, preventing any action at all. But here's the kicker. Most decisions aren't set in stone. Life is flexible. Often, the consequences of making a wrong decision are far less severe than we imagine. The real damage comes from inaction. The opportunities missed while you're standing still. Today, we're breaking down those mental barriers. I'll show you how to recognize when you're spiraling into overthinking and share practical strategies to snap out of it. We'll learn to prioritize action over perfection, which can dramatically speed up your path to success. Think of it this way. Every moment you spend overthinking is a moment you're not evolving. By focusing on action, you can start to make tangible progress, learning and adapting as you go. That's how you turn potential energy into real, life-changing results. So, let's get moving. Less thinking, more doing, and watch how quickly things start to shift in your favor. Planning is comforting because it feels like you're doing something without taking any risks. But here's the reality. Without action, a plan is just a wish. It's easy to get lost in the maze of planning, where you feel safe and productive, but the real game starts when you step out onto the field. Today, I'll show you how to turn those detailed plans into stepping stones. It's all about breaking your ultimate goal into smaller, manageable actions that you can start on today. Yes, today. Let's get tactical. Say your big dream is to start a business. Instead of getting bogged down creating the perfect business plan, break it down. What's one thing you can do right now? Maybe it's researching the market or registering a domain name. These actions might seem small, but they're the first real steps toward bringing your dream to life. Each small action is a building block. When you look back, you'll see a structure emerging from what once was just an idea. This process is about shifting focus from what can be overwhelming to what's actionable. It's about moving from what if to what next. And here's something crucial. Start before you feel ready. If you wait for the perfect moment when everything feels right, you might end up waiting forever. Embrace the imperfections of your initial steps. They will not be flawless, and that's okay. Action breeds clarity, and with each step, your understanding of your goal and the path you need to take becomes sharper. So, shake off the hesitation. Today is about transforming planners into doers. Think of your plan as a map. It's useful, sure, but it's only when you begin the journey that you truly discover the paths that lead you to your treasure. Let's make those first steps count and turn your planned route into a path paved with real, bold actions. Action becomes easier when it's a habit. Think of it like building muscle in the gym. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. This part of our journey is all about turning those initial, deliberate actions into an automatic response. We'll dive into daily practices that encourage spontaneous decisions and actions, cutting down the time you spend hesitating and pondering. It's about reprogramming your default setting to do instead of delay. First up, let's talk about the 5-second rule, a simple yet powerful tool designed by Mel Robbins. Here's how it works. The moment you have an instinct to act on a goal, you count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then move. This countdown compels you to move before your brain can talk you out of it. It's a psychological trick that interrupts the usual hesitation process and pushes you towards taking immediate action. But building this habit goes beyond just a countdown. It's about setting up your environment to encourage action. Start by removing barriers that slow you down. If you want to work out in the morning, lay out your gym clothes the night before. If you want to write daily, keep a laptop or a notebook easily accessible. These setups reduce friction and make it easier to jump straight into action. Additionally, commit to small, consistent actions every day, no matter how trivial they may seem. Consistency is key. It's not the size of the action, but the regularity that helps build this habit. For example, if you're working on a project, commit to at least 15 minutes of focused work each day. Over time, these minutes add up and your comfort with just starting grows exponentially. Lastly, celebrate every step you take. Reinforcement is crucial. Every time you act, you break the cycle of overthinking. Reward yourself for these moments, even if it's just with a mental pat on the back. This positive reinforcement makes it more likely that you'll repeat the behavior. It's about creating a feedback loop where action leads to rewards, which in turn motivates more action. By embedding these practices into your daily routine, action becomes not just something you do, it becomes who you are. You transform into a person who doesn't just plan or think about what could be done but jumps into what can be done right now. So, let's get those muscles moving. Let's turn action into our habit, our default mode. Watch how this shift not only changes your productivity, but also how it enhances your overall sense of empowerment and fulfillment. One of the biggest fears that keep us overthinking is the fear of making mistakes. But guess what? Perfection is a myth. It's about progress, not perfection. In this segment, we'll embrace the messiness of action. You'll see how every mistake is a step forward, and why getting it wrong is just another way to learn how to get it right. Think about the times when you learned the most in your life. Chances are, those moments came from trials and errors, not from times when everything went perfectly. Each error provides unique insights and opens up new understandings that you would never gain from flawless execution. Embracing imperfection isn't about settling for less. It's about setting the stage for greater growth and innovation. Let's dive deeper into the beauty of imperfection. When you allow yourself to make mistakes, you also open up the possibility of truly original ideas and solutions. Perfectionism tends to confine us to what is already known or safe, which can stifle creativity. By letting go of the need to be perfect, you free yourself to experiment, to take risks, and to explore new territories that perfectionism would never permit. Moreover, when you start viewing mistakes as learning opportunities, you change your entire approach to work and life. You become more resilient, adaptable, and confident. You learn not to crumble under the pressure of having to be perfect, but to bounce back stronger with each setback, armed with more knowledge and a clearer direction. In this part of our journey, let's celebrate the wobbles, the falls, and the missteps, because each one brings you closer to your true potential. Each time you stumble, remind yourself that you are stepping out of your comfort zone and truly living. That's where real growth happens. So, as we move forward, let's shift our mindset. Let go of fear, embrace the imperfect, and enjoy the messy, winding road of progress. This is where the magic happens, in the midst of the chaos and the learning. Embrace it fully and watch as your world transforms, not into a perfect one, but into a richer, more colorful and rewarding one. Waiting for the perfect moment? Spoiler alert, it doesn't exist. Now is the perfect time to act. We'll explore the power of immediate action and how it builds momentum. I'll share inspiring stories of people who decided to act right away and how that transformed their lives. It's about seizing the moment and making the most of it, because the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Let's break down why waiting around can be your biggest setback. Every moment spent waiting for that perfect timing is a moment that you aren't moving forward. It's a tricky illusion that time will somehow turn things in our favor, but the truth is, time favors those who use it wisely. Let's redefine what perfect timing means. It's not when things are easy or when every variable aligns seamlessly. It's the moment you decide to take action. To inspire you, consider the story of Mike, who dreamed of starting his own tech company. He always thought he needed one more course, one more certification, but one day he just started. With what he knew and where he was, that immediate action propelled him from dreaming to doing. His early steps were rocky. but they led to momentum that refined his vision and grew his business beyond what he had imagined when he was just waiting. Or take Jack, who always wanted to write a novel. He waited years for the right time, until he finally wrote his first page on a lunch break. That single, simple action blossomed into a daily writing habit, and a year later, his manuscript was complete. His book, born from seizing the now, has inspired thousands. This is the power of acting now. It builds momentum, turning small actions into big results. Each step you take creates another and another, speeding up your progress exponentially. It's about using the present moment to ignite a series of events that can lead to something spectacular. So, ask yourself what you can do right now to move towards your goals. Can you make that phone call? Can you write that first page? Can you sign up for that class? Don't wait for another day, another perfect condition. The most powerful time you have is the time you have right now. Use it. Seize your today and start building your tomorrow. Let's make now the starting line, not just in our words but in our actions. It's time to stop planning for a perfect future and start creating it, one immediate action at a time. So, are you ready to stop overthinking and start doing? Remember, every moment spent planning without action is a moment lost. Let's flip the script, turn those thoughts into actions, those doubts into decisions. It's time to move, to create, to live the life you've always wanted. Don't just dream about it, be about it. Every big journey begins with the courage to take a small, decisive step forward. Today, let that step be yours. Think about what you could achieve if you started right now. Imagine the projects completed, the dreams realized, the life lived fully. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. This is your call to action. It's your life, and it's about time to claim it. So what are you waiting for? Hit that like button if you're pumped to take action, drop your thoughts below to share your first step today, and don't forget to subscribe for more motivational insights. Together, let's make things happen. Let's build momentum not just in our words, but in our deeds. Join me, and let's transform our potential into reality, one action at a time. Let's do this, together.